you'll see in the next few weeks, news cycle, something else like this.
Yeah.
And this is why we have Fixing the Nation.
Boom.
This is why we do it here. Trying to segue, guys. It's not just another segment. I think when this conversation platform came up was to answer these questions, or at least to shed light and to create a conversation with experts, with industry leaders, with artists, with corporates, and just try and understand why things are the way they are. Not just in Kenya, not just on the continent, but around the world. And that's why we keep bringing back these conversations on the news cycle. We're not just going to be like, let's move. Let's go back. Even last year, we spoke to somebody about this. I forget his name. Also, there's been a lot of conversations. And we asked him, it's your mandate, or you would know. In many ways, what did he say? I don't know if he says it's beyond me, or I'm not sure. But it was great.
A version of
it was a version of it. It's a year later. Here we are still reporting the same thing. But that's why we feel like this conversation is so important on Fixing the Nation. It's one conversation at a time, and it's to try and get us closer to fixing and to the answers.
Absolutely true. Yeah. I'd say maybe just a massive thank you to Fixers, just to begin. It feels a lot longer than a year, but also a lot shorter. I don't know how to explain. And I was saying this earlier. It feels like it's been 5 years, but also 3 months. Make it make sense. But a massive thank you to the community of Fixers that we've been able to build. Thank you for sticking with us, for engaging with us, for sharing, for helping us fix. Just thank you, I would say. And I think as we continue to do the work, it's important that we don't get exhausted. And we'll talk about that towards the end of the hour.
Oversight fatigue.
Yes, oversight fatigue. But a massive thank you to Fixers. Literally, you are why we are able to do this. And your continued support means the world to us. I wanted to get to know, I like peak and pit. Yeah, peak and pit of a year of Fixing the Nation before we get into why fix.
Why fix
this title, by the name of the show, caused a lot of, not controversy, but at the beginning, it used to cause such reaction.
Just triggering.
Yeah, it was triggering to a lot of people. You're fixing the nation, yeah? So this budget, what do you think we should do? I'm like, no, that's not. Skiza show utaelewa. You'll understand what we mean by fixing.
Yeah.
But I wanted to know the peak and the pit of the year from February 3rd, 2025 to 2026.
Oh, wow.
I think I'll start by just looking back at when we said, let's do this show, let's do a show, and we call it Fixing the Nation. It wasn't just by accident. We didn't just look at words and say, we said we need to have a conversation as a nation that understands where we are and where we ought to be going. And then ask ourselves, what do we need to do to get us going in that direction? Can we collectively have a conversation as a nation? We ought to have that. And so we said, let's have this show that also engages all our community of fixers. Everybody who tunes into the show, whether they're watching live, whether they're following the show later on YouTube and Facebook, whether they're watching the clips that we distribute through the show, all of them are just joining conversation at one point or the other. But what's their response to it? And people usually just comment on all of this, and that's what we call pulsing. So we said, let's pulse. Let's hear what the people are thinking, and let's see what people are saying that they'd like to see. Of course, it's going to be varied. And it's always good. I mean, it just keeps seesawing. There's this, it varies, it moves into, we don't agree on one issue. Others, you can see there's some collective agreement, semblance of agreement on an issue. Another one, there's a complete disdain on an issue. And in fact, then we get the
brunt end of it.
The brunt of this. You guys are,
No.
But you see, that's it. That's pulsing. That's we have to have a show that listens to the people, and one of the ways of listening to the people is going to the ground. We've done micro ground, and we listen and ask the people what. Just talk. Let's see. We go to Gikomba, and the traders are saying what they feel. We talk to medics, and they say what they feel. We talk to people in the built environment, and let them say what they feel. We talk to people at Jivanji, and let them say what they feel about this country. That's it. We go to Kisumu, we go to
Kisii. Binja.
Yes. Wacha ongea ikutoke. Lakini pia as you're ongearing, you're not just ongearing in vain. You're saying something. I think that for me, that we've been able to accomplish that is what I'd say that is a good thing. And it's a good thing that we have a platform that allows people to speak.
I like that.
And to excel. And we'd like to even widen that. Talk as much as possible. Get onto the social media, get onto the live stream, talk. When we come to the ground, talk. When we open the phone lines, call, talk.
Right. When we ask you to shake a mic, talk.
Talk.
Yeah. Shika mic, I think, is the other one that is a pulse, tester for me as well. And it's a different kind of pulse because it's usually one radical idea, but then you realize that's how things move. It's one person comes and says something that seems crazy, and they look like a madman for a while, and then people start getting on board. So when someone comes here and says, all our elections should be on blockchain, it's like, bro, be so for real. And then he tells you, well, Estonia do it, why shouldn't we? And you're like, no way, Estonia? And already that shift starts happening. I like that you've said that that's, the peak. And one of the core, I think, foundations of the show was that, right? Feeling the pulse. The other one was accountability. That's been, so, whew, I can use that. I think we have sought. I think
we have
to the best of our ability, I think we have tried to seek accountability from the people who have sat here as guests, people who sit in various positions of power, whether in government, whether in parliament, whether in wherever, the judiciary, right? I think a pit for me is realizing that accountability may never come. Yeah.
But we have to keep doing it.
Yeah.
And then also accountability. We have this tendency of pointing fingers at others. So I think the bigger accountability is ourselves, right? And that's why we keep just triggering those things of can we hold ourselves accountable for the things that we do and the things that we don't do. And then can we also hold the people that we've given the mandate accountable? Because we have actually given them that responsibility to do something. Be answerable for it.
Yeah.
Be accountable for the work that you've been given to do. Are you doing it?
They'll be accountable with proximity is what we're learning every day.
Every day.
It's like, I can do it, but
it gets hammered
But
into...
if you give me more power.
if you give me more power.
Yeah, I'll be more accountable. Magic.
It's the Constitution is a paper. It's not the mothership, and it is actually, but because it's been diluted, I think in many ways by different government factions, then I think that's just how they respond. It's, I do need more power. It's like, what more do you need than the SI unit of what guides us? This is what guides us. Right. But it's just like, no, it's not enough. It's fine, but I also want to have proximity to State House and to the president. Then maybe I'll feel that way.
You know how people say, like, there's no parenting manual? Yeah. For this, there's that's quite literally you're just refusing to follow it.
That's really funny.
There's a book.
Good.
The manual is right
in
there.
Katiba.
Yeah. And then you're like, it's those people. Anyway, I get it's human nature because I have tried to set up electronics without looking at the manual. And then what happens? I just have to go back and read.
Back to base.
Yeah.
I feel like you've both covered the peaks in terms of, pursuing accountability, things like the conversations, the mic ground, the Shika mic. I think for me, it's that people are beginning to ask harder questions. People want answers. People want transparency. People want opportunity. And that's been great to see. And then they're voicing it.
True.
But it's also a journey. I like how you said, will we ever have accountability? Maybe there'll be... I honestly have been looking at countries and their seasons as just almost like a sickness. And there's some sicknesses that you have to go through to get to the other side. It doesn't sound encouraging, but it's the truth. Whether it was the French Revolution, whether it was the fight for independence on the continent, I think we're seeing a version of that. And that's the only thing that encourages me, even though it's bleak. It's like, okay, the fact that we took to the streets in 2024 was saying we want better. It was audacious, it was brave, it cost people lives, unfortunately, but that signaled something that said, the same way we did it in Sabasaba, the same way we did it before, that hasn't died. We still want, we want to have a better economy. We want safety. We want fairness and justice. For me, that's the hope. I think in time, I almost feel like this is phase 1 of fixing the nation, which is these people, government. I promise you phase 2 will be, it's us also.
Yeah,
there has to be a reckoning where the next phase of this is holding a mirror up to yourself and asking, what role am I playing in the... It's kind of landing a little bit. We've seen people resonate with when Eric Chomas Kiboko Koch. They're like, actually, maybe. I think you and I sometimes, Mariam, start to be like, okay, he has a point.
He has a point.
I think that's what's going to be the next thing to reckon with is, I know you keep telling us that we all have a role to play. I get it now. I think that's going to be the next phase.
Going into 2027, the reckoning has to come fast.
Has to come fast.
When we're talking about voter registration, that reckoning has to happen now. When we're talking about cleaning the house, when Senator Ledama says, if I've not done my work, remove me, you need to hear that, like for the plain English that it is. He said that like barely 2 hours ago, right? Exactly as is. And it's not him I'm talking about, it's the entirety of the National Assembly and the Senate. Also, I think one thing we've tried to push on this show is that unfortunately sometimes by the time you get to the ballot, it's a bit too late. The choices have been made for you. You're being given the illusion of choice. So if you really want change, you have to get into a political party. You have to get more active. You have to get, and I'm like, it's hard work, but it's required of us.
It's hard work. I like that. It's required of us. I'll never forget again that saying of Kenya is Africa for beginners. There's a lot of places we've never been before. Somebody once said that, and initially I was like, haha. Then I thought, we've been very lucky. You know, we've been very blessed because it is for beginners. Because a lot of other countries on the continent only know certain things. They only know conflict or strife or corruption to the point where majority of the citizens are disempowered. So it is, in a sense, we're one of the Africa for beginners, which also means we have to do the hard work. That thing for asitaki, akisiyo ningumu. Well, we're no longer now beginners. We've entered the fray. Now we're part of the people who have to agitate. And I don't know that we've been there before. Maybe we've had glimpses of it. But sustaining momentum means you have to educate yourself. You have to hold yourself to account, hold your neighbor, your family, your people to account, celebrate wins. It's a combination. And I feel like we want change, but do we want to fight for it?
The work. Everybody wants
it. Just give me, please. Just give me that. No, if we want the next chapter, we're beginners, yes. But now we've seen. Now we have to go to the big boys. The big boys are like, wait, you guys have to push back and fight and, do whatever you need to do.
That kid in class who, in like primary school, they were just flying by the seat of their pants. But somehow, unapita tu. Hata kama ni cruise, unapita somehow. Then you get to higher education, you realize lazima usome. That's where we are as a country.
I love that.
That's where we are as a country.
That is the metaphor.
Is it Jane Wairimu from Laikipia? Oh, Eric from Laikipia County. All right, let's listen in. We've got callers, by the way. You can call us on 0719038858. But good morning, Eric.
Ooh.
Eric, good morning.
Morning.
See you, Eric, was studio.
Morning to Baisa.
It's good to hear your voice. What has Fixing the Nation done or meant to you in the last year? Eric, we can hear you.
Okay, Eric Latif.
Okay.
I'm telling you, I think he thought we were speaking to Latif.
Yeah.
Oh, I meant... Okay, I was talking to you, Eric Wairimo. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Okay. We also have a QR code on the screen. You can scan that QR code. It'll take you to a form that asks you, just give us your name. How often do you listen to Fixing the Nation, or do you watch Fixing the Nation? And in your own words, what impact has Fixing the Nation had on you? A couple of comments coming in here. It has opened up conversations that matter to the nation. You guys have put the gava on site. Good job. Conversations that touch Monanchi. It's been educative and informative. And it has enlightened me on the daily nation's progress, both positive and negative achievement that have been made. It also helped me to evaluate myself as a citizen in terms of my contribution to my own environment. Thank you very much. It's enabled me to understand how our government is being run and the politics of it, and what me as a Mwananchi should be doing to ensure good governance and hold leaders accountable. Asante for that. Oscar from Embu says, fixing the nation has made me have to wake up early and go for morning mass.
Amen. Now, tuombe also, you're there. That's good.
So,
go ahead.
There's, so this actually Mutuku from Madare said, it's so much educative, especially matters politics. I post all the proverbs as my status daily, the quotes. So, Shara Jano. There are times that it gets too hot, and I suggest that you bring politicians, at least 2 from government side and the opposition side. Ask hard questions and not leading ones. Otherwise, I personally like it. Regards and good day. So this is something that I hear a lot. Letting him to a side he, letting him to a side he, then they go mano a mano. Do you guys want to explain why that hasn't been the case? What we're seeking from these conversations?
Well, usually when you have politicians doing that, it ends up being their politician show. And they don't actually just hold each other accountable. It's the kind of drama that we see them doing in parliament. Like, these people, their side has not done this, your side has not done this. So you just don't end up getting, you can get their thinking, but it's entertainment drama more than the context of it. But I think if you have one and then they're expressing themselves, first they get an opportunity to express themselves, explain themselves, and then they can answer questions. So they're not just sparring with the opponent on the opposite side.
Yes.
Like a debate. No. They're actually being held to account for the work that they do themselves.
Yeah.
Right? More directly.
Thank you for saying that. It's something that, because I hear it a lot, and so you're not always in a position to explain like online and start saying, actually the way, but that is the intention. When we say we're seeking accountability, of course it would be hotter if it's, one side from united opposition and one side from, but what is the after?
Yeah. Where's the fix in that?
Where's the fix in that?
Yeah.
Another caller from Muranga. Is it Quincy? All right. Good morning, Quincy.
Good morning, Maria.
Good to hear your voice. What has fixing the nation meant to you in the last year?
Fixing the nation has done a lot. Didn't even really in the journey. I think I'm trying to, but the kind of arguments that I get to have with people like my uncle, they even wonder like, who's Julia Wapi? So it's been a lot. I'm able to be very knowledgeable about what is happening in the Senate, Parliament, President, what is supposed to happen. It has been a lot. So I thank Eric Latif, Madam Michelle, Janet Pogwa. Thank you for the journey.
Thank you, Quincy.
Asante
sana. I mean, we said it's a community of fixers. All of us are fixers in whatever we are doing. Like Renson Makala is saying, happy anniversary, fixers. I do have a suggestion. In the spirit of fixing the nation, how about we also start holding the voters accountable? We, the voters, get away with a lot. We've been doing that actually. Let's just continue doing that and asking ourselves, sasa hii ni sawa, hii ni makosa ya huyu, makosa yetu iko wapi? Are not even starting from the makosa, like what brilliant ideas do we have that can contribute to making things better?
Yes.
Who have you seen? And that's why we also have the WhatsApp Nation segment. Who have you seen doing something big in your community, and you just like to shout them out and amplify their work to the whole nation?
Right.
And you can just send us a WhatsApp Nation video and say, WhatsApp fixers, here I am, this is so and so, this is what so and so does on a daily basis. And I think if more of us did this, we could contribute to fixing the nation.
Right.
That also helps.
As far as also us update, because we check the pulse and we love to know what's going on, but we also inform people of what's going on. And I think the 6 to 7 hour gets overlooked kidogo, but people need it. There's a fixer who says, I don't need to watch the news like Kitambo. Watching Fixing the Nation as I prepare to go to work is enough to update me on what's going on. May the trio be blessed as they help check the pulse of the country. That's very lovely. Thank you so much.
Blessings received. No, I think I was just thinking about. Sorry, my earpiece is dead. So
Oh,
if
sorry,
it is
we have
coloring-
Kemboi.
Oh, right. See, I was just gonna keep going. Go ahead.
Kemboi, Philip, where's Kemboi from? Kemboi in
Recorded.
Wasingishu, good morning.
Yes. Good morning.
Asante sana for joining us. And-
Yes,
and-
I'm Victor Kemboy calling from Wasingishu, Soy constituency, a place called Ziwa.
Uh-huh.
Now, I'm happy to actually be part of this morning conversation that I've been following all through last year, this program in Nation FM, Fixing the Nation. And actually, what you guys doing is actually what is needed in such a developing country that we are now thinking of, talking of going to the Singapore way. You know, accountability in matters politics, matters development, matters self-reflection as a country is very, very important. You know, this program has actually brought in enlightening the nation. You know, you have actually made us as the common Mwananchi to exactly know how our country is. And this is a program that has actually made us as the Mwananchi ground down there, Palekwa ground, to actually highlight on how things are kwenye ground. You know, when this government talks of going to the Singapore way, is exactly what we need to ask ourselves as Kenyans. When we talk of Singapore, what do we mean?
Yep.
One, I think talking of Singapore is actually fixing the housing program as it is being rolled down now in various parts of the Republic. Talk of tarmacking our roads. You know, being a third world country, most of our rural roads are maram. And when we actually have many rural roads being tarmacked, that will actually bring in good outer look of our country. You know, talk of your village there. I know you are in Nairobi now, but go to your reserve and have as many maram roads tarmacked as possible. What will you actually say? That is to tell, despite of many challenges as a country, we have come atua fulani, you know. The electrification, the rural electrification, the last mile connectivity. In my constituency, for example, Soy constituency, today as I'm talking, many villages are being electrified, you know. Ile stima mashinani, it is going on. You know, you find kuweka stima, most of the houses. In fact, my MP is Honorable David Kiplagat. He was saying the other day, by come 2027, he'll have actually connected more than 10,000 households. What does that say? In a small constituency like Soy constituency, connecting 10,000 households, that will equivalent to 80% connectivity in the constituency. That is a milestone as a country.
That's fixing.
From 1963 up to today, we can say we have a working government that can actually take us to the Singapore. So we are actually, this program, the Fixing the Nation program, is actually a good program that has to continue. For we as common Mwananchi, we get to know how the country is.
Asante sana.
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I love the program, and let us soldier on. It is a good program. Victor Kemboy from Ziwa Sirikwa, a good constituency, Soy constituency, led by Honorable David Kiblaga.
Asante,
Signing out this morning on Nation
That's a good
FM.
one. Francis in Muranga is our next fixer who's on the line. Francis, good morning. Francis, you're on air now. Let's hear from you. In which part of Muranga are you? I don't know. I think he's just dropped off. Maybe he's going to come back. Francis, when you're able to come back, we will be able to pick your call. So yeah, it's talking to the entire nation and seeing what is it that we are doing, how let's create awareness on what's happening. Let's create awareness on how it's happening.
Yes.
And then people can have a conversation. Is it happening the way I'd like it to happen? Or is it happening the way I'd not like it to happen? Right? Like, I'd like to hear, for example, the people of these 6 counties that have had insecurity for years.
Right.
Those counties are like Kipia, Baringo, Elgeyo Marakwet, Turkana, Samburu, and
You mentioned the Pokots.
yes, West Pokot.
Yes,
sixth one.
West.
Right? In these 6 counties where they've had insecurity, Kerio Valley and all, for all these years, there's been a security operation happening in these places. Do we forget them? Do we amplify their voice well enough to say that these people have actually not gone to school? We had a story from Laikipia the other day.
Right, we did.
People being displaced. Do we talk about the potential that's West Pokot in terms of like just mangoes that come from West Pokot? Are they able to even tender for their mangoes and harvest them and take them to the market and earn a living? Or is insecurity hindering all that? You hear animals at 200 heads of cattle were stolen. That tells you, I mean, this place is seriously good in terms of pastoralism, but not just that, but livestock production. Are we maximizing the potential of this region in livestock production?
Yeah.
So we want to just keep amplifying this conversation so that all of us can see Tumambaya, high-rise buildings, Nalami, even
We
the
had
guy
the
in
governor.
Kerio Valley who would be able to just say, I have been able to see my livestock grow from 50 head to 150 head. I have a clear and access market.
Inclusion.
That's a big conversation. we need to have.
Inclusion.
The amount of research that goes into these things sometimes. Like we had, when the governor of Wajir was here the most recent time, he talked about that. And I forget the name, but the permanent pastures, the one for pastoralist communities, right?
Feedlots.
Feedlots, right. That's the name. Something as simple as finding a way to ensure that pastoralists have something stable that they can look forward to. It won't change their lifestyle overnight or anything of the sort, but it definitely does help increase their wealth. I'm thinking through the impact that the show has had. There's sometimes a lot of it is reactionary, which is like, oh, someone will say something here and then something else will happen. Someone will say something else there. But also thinking through actual impact. I'll be honest, the first show that we had Honorable Mbadi on, he was just beginning as CS for Treasury and made a lot of promises on the show. Kept them. Very clever, but kept them. Because the thing was, I'm not going to introduce new taxes. You know, it was almost 2 hours, but yeah, that was the crux of it. And I'm thinking through, he was coming from it was a difficult time, to be honest, to come into government as CS for Treasury. But still, to be able to make a proclamation and keep it by and large. Yes, there were other ways to now tighten, the loopholes within the tax system and things like that. But by and large, kept that promise. I was thinking through other big impact moments that you think. I think another really big one for me was as far as our healthcare system is concerned. This wasn't even so much impact. It was impact anyway. But when we're having a baraza here about medical care. And the lived realities of people came to the fore. The most heartbreaking one being Mama Ariana calling in. And it's just, it's a reminder that you can give me all the data you want, all the statistics you want, but if it's not working for Jano or Eric or Mariam or Ariana, then null and void. Yeah. Right?
Yeah. No, that's powerful. Again, you guide me because I'm mute. No, I think even as we think about moments, I've been thinking around the word fixing, then I'll come back to big impact moments. But when you're fixing something, first you have to observe it, look at the cracks, look at what needs to be fixed, remove what no longer works. That's the only time you can rebuild. I don't know which part of the whole thing that that we're at. Yeah. But I think people need to keep that in mind. Just remember when you're fixing up your place or fixing something, you have to observe it and have an honest sort of like observation and see what needs to leave, what needs to come back. I think for for me, some of the bigger conversation, and there's been many. I know we highlighted some towards the end of last year.
Right.
I feel like just the reckoning of how deep issues around corruption and rot go. I keep going back to the JB Muturi one, and this is not to make anybody more perfect than the other.
Yeah.
First of all, that was a massive exhale. Second hour was purely therapy.
Aliongea kamtoka.
And, and I think people reacted to that because it validated maybe some of the things that they thought all along. But the more you have the glaring look at how deep the rot goes, I think now you're doing that thing where you're observing and looking at where the cracks are before you say what needs to leave and what needs to come back. There's been many others that come to mind. I think I'll leave it to Mariam and Eric to think through others. There's been countless conversations around how the arts have now become such an integral part of how we agitate for change. I think is brilliant.
Yes.
And having them come here, and people who've led movements either through song or through dance or through anthemic things that they say, I think has been brilliant to see. Yeah.
Can I just, one of the things that I personally am very, very proud of is because we were very, very deliberate on wanting to amplify the female voice, right? And first of all, just having you two as co-hosts is a good thing because it's part of it. I mean, we don't have the token lady on the show. It's not that. It's very deliberate. And also the number of times that we've had, particularly young women, we give them a platform. What is your thinking? What are you talking about? What are you act about? What would you like to see going forward? What's your experience?
Right.
That has been deliberate, and it's big because it's important to look at such voices and amplify them. It's important to look at this is half of a Kenyan population.
Right.
If a majority of Kenya's population is young, then a majority of Kenya's population is young women.
Right.
So we must amplify the voices of young women and hear the context and amplify that and make it a primary thing. Then also going into the other interest groups. We've had conversations about persons with disability here and amplifying that and saying what are the issues, what do we need to fix. We have talked to minority communities, and we still need to get more of those minority communities. The people who come from the areas around Lake Baringo, Lake Bogoria, and what is it that is, do you feel part of Kenya? Or when we bring the people from the north and they come here and say, you know what, this issue of IDs to you, you see it this way.
Right.
To us, the issue of ID is actually a lived reality going this way. And there are very many more that we are going to be bringing.
Yeah, and I think that's why I talked about inclusion. We say that word loosely, like it's a tick. I'm like, a lot of people don't feel like they're Kenyan.
True.
And that needs to change. And it starts with us. We profile, you make statements, you make comments, you blanket condemn.
Right.
And it's good to have them say, we don't feel like we are part of the development agenda. We don't feel like we're treated well. We don't feel like people talk well about us. Like, face yourself. Something I was going to say that was so important. Compensation conversations for me.
Yes.
Those ones, everybody from bomb blast to those ones have stayed with me. Because how are you 28 years later, and there's something haunting about those conversations that I don't think will leave me, and I hope we can also continue to keep such people in mind. Westgate, we had a lot of these conversations that we've had here has been on compensation. Lest we forget, there's a lot of people who, for them, life kind of stopped at a certain day. They will only ever be remembered for the scars that they carry, not for the potential of who they could be. And I think that needs to keep happening so that we remember not to over-grieve or anything. We can still grieve with them, but also so that we push for compensation.
But also, can I just remind you?
I wanted to say just a big thank you. When Eric was talking about intentionally creating this as a platform that amplifies young women, as a young woman whose voice has been amplified times 3,000,000 times on this platform, a massive thank you to both of you, to the entire team, not just both of you, to Eric, asante sana. Janet, thank you so much.
Asante.
And
Asante.
to Wangeshi, to Simaloi, to the entire team at NMG, and to Fixers,
Yeah.
a massive, massive thank you.
Yeah.
My job is to represent you. I will continue to do so, but it's a collaborative effort. I'm so incredibly grateful for the opportunity.
You
to
do a
it.
brilliant job at representing.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
you too. Thank
yes,
you. Flowers,
yes, you
guys.
do.
Flowers.
To you too.
A huge peak
and
has been
flowers to
hosting
others as well.
this. Yeah.
You know, we keep talking about Wangeshi off
Yeah,
the mic.
hey, where's
Yes.
Wangeshi?
And Wangeshi needs to come. Wangeshi is our producer.
Wangeshi.
Yeah, so she's our producer, and we've been working on this show together for since the beginning.
Yes.
Every day we work with Wangeshi. She's the one running the show behind the scenes, and then of course we've got our executive producer, who is the head of broadcast at NMG, Simaloi Dejom, who also has worked with us on this alongside the editor in chief, Joe Ageo, and the other team of editors. Dan Mwangi has been very, very instrumental on this. James Smart, Moora, all of them have done quite a lot in just giving us that info and the material that we need.
Yeah.
Because it's not just a one person thing.
It's a huge effort.
The
a lot.
support we get from Nation FM,
Yeah.
we're very producing on that side.
Yes.
That we get from Amina here.
Yeah, from Katola.
From Katola,
Yes.
from Rosie. Like,
Yeah.
it's a village.
Yeah.
Literally.
I have Philo and Jackson, the
Of
directors.
course, Phil and Jack.
And
So
the
if we start with the
technical
crew,
team.
by the way,
The technical
team, wow.
Huge. Michelle also, when
Yes.
we were working with her on some of the stories, Michelle Ngele. But yeah, too many people to
Yes.
thank. The Nation Media Group, and
Yeah.
even for taking the bold step to be like, go ahead and do Fixing the Nation. You know what I mean? It's provocative.
Microphone your podcast.
Chukwa.
Shishika. It's not easy. Yay.
And our CEO.
Here we come.
Our oh my gosh. Okay, we've been told not to get up.
It feels disrespectful.
You have the mic, sir.
How are you? Thank you. Thank you. Oh my goodness.
Congratulations to you. I will stand at this point.
Can we stand?
Okay, no, because we need, I think, to be heard.
Tunaweza simama. Okay. It's okay, we're on air. It's real. Hi, thank you everyone. Wangesha, our producer, is like, we're on air.
So we're still on air.
We're still on air.
So Davis Mooney 734 is
Yeah.
Kwani someone is leaving. No, Davis, we are celebrating 1 year since we went on air with Fixing the Nation. One conversation at a time.
Yep.
So many conversations later. Let me give you the job of counting. Every day we have 4 hours. Each hour is a different conversation. So 4 conversations per day times 5 days. How many are those?
20.
Times 52 weeks. Now do the math.
Hundreds.
Right?
Yeah.
Do the math. So we are joined here by a team of our force behind the show. We're starting, of course, with the CEO, with Simaloi Dejom, who is our head of broadcast. I'm going to give the mic to Simaloi. You run the show now from this point on.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you, team. Thank you, Fixers, wherever you are. So as you've just heard from Eric, today is the first anniversary of Fixing the Nation. And we just want to come together and celebrate and give thanks to God and honor what has been so far, the impact that Fixing the Nation has been. So let us give thanks. Lord, we come before you as a Nation Media Group team, and we give you thanks for this far. We give you thanks for the opportunity to be part of the solution of fixing this nation, one conversation at a time. I thank you for the team that has been behind this, the team that has been on air, the team that has been behind the scenes, the audience that has followed us. I pray that you may continue to give them more strength and more grace, that they may continue to achieve your will every step of the way. We honor you and we thank you. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Thank you so much.
All right. So we're not going to have many speeches today. As I said, today is just to celebrate. We have cake, we have flowers. We strongly believe in giving flowers to the people that make this possible while they can still smell them. Right. So our fixers, we know you. Team WhatsApp Nation, wherever you are, thank you. The team that has been listening to us on Nation FM, thank you very much. By the way, Fixing the Nation is the first 360 show in this nation. It is the only show that you can listen to on radio at Nation FM. It is the only show that you can, at the same time, view on TV, NTV. At the same time, you can follow on all our social media platforms. So we are because you are, as our audience. So without much further ado, I would like to welcome my colleagues. So I will just give them an opportunity to say a word and congratulate. A word, if there's been any impact, what stands out for you as Fixing the Nation? Just quickly, what stands out since you heard of Fixing the Nation, since you tuned in for the first time 365 days ago? What has that thing that has shifted in you, and what would you want to say to the team? So I'll start with our head of HR, who's right next to me. Actually, now she's no longer the head of HR. She is now the chief CHRO, Chief HR Officer. Karibu, Jane.
Asante. Asante sana, Dajom. Yes, I'm the CHRO. Thanks to one man seated, standing next to me. So today is to celebrate the fixers. It was tough. It was really tough to get some of these fixers to come here as they look at me. Yeah? I was telling the CEO a few minutes ago that I actually had lunch in most of the 5-star hotels in this country, trying to get one person who is standing here and smiling, but we are here today. So for me, it's just to thank you. At first, it looked like it was a very big task, that it will not happen, but now it's 1 year down the line, yes? And every morning, the other day I met Janet in the lift, and she says that she has to wake up at, I think, 3 o'clock so that she's here. And I was like, my goodness, you're just fit for the job. I'm not sure I can wake up at 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock, yeah? So well done. And they are quite young, as you can see them. And one of the impact of the show is that, of course, there's been a lot of talk in town about this new show. So well done, and thanks very much. There's also been impact, the people who've come to studio, the impact even to our society, the government, and what has happened as a result of these fixers and, and all that they do in the studio. So thank you very much. We hope that we'll keep on celebrating, and we hope that we'll be here 5 years down the line, 10 years, for those ones who are young, that you can still be here. So well done, and thank you for accepting. At least I didn't buy the lunch in vain. You came in. So thank you very much, and continue impacting the nation. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jen. Seku, I know you do not speak much. You're behind the scenes person, but you're the one who ensures we are legally compliant. So just a word to the fixers.
Okay. Thank you very much, everybody, and our viewers and everyone else. My greatest story I can tell about Fixing the Nation is that the gym I go to, there comes a time when we all stop doing what we are doing. Everybody stops the treadmill, we are looking at the TV. So it just tells me how much work you guys put into it and how much the public out there appreciates and needs it. Well done, everybody.
Thank you. Yeah. We're sorry for the legal landmine. No?
We will navigate the legal landmines.
Yeah, that comes with the territory.
Absolutely. Our head of audit, just a word to the fixers.
Good morning. Just for the record, this is the first time probably I'm appearing on TV. I know even... and somebody might wonder, what is an auditor doing on screen? Eh? So congratulations, team, for this job well done. And our audiences, thank you for your immense support. And you see I'm carrying a flower. You mentioned that we give you your flowers when you can smell them. This is a very wonderful job. We pray for even better times ahead of us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And we're surrounded by the fixers. There's a team that makes this happen. We have camera people in front. We have studio technical operators. We have directors. We have producers. And we have you, fixers, our audience, which follows us wherever it is that the conversation comes. I would also like to acknowledge my colleagues who've been really instrumental in this. Key among them, the editor-in-chief, Joe Ageo, who has sent his massive congratulations. He's proud of this team. We started this journey together. We surrounded this table after all the behind-the-scenes work was done. And after all was said and done, we held hands on that Sunday evening, and we said, this must happen. And we are here this day. Monica Washeke, our Chief Partnerships and Marketing Officer, wherever she is, a lot of support from the marketing team. Dan as well, Asante Sana. The entire EXCO team, but the team that is here as well, the producer, Wangeshi,
We call her Olivia Pope.
Kudos. kudos, Wangeshi. Yeah, and I think this is the time, even after as we hear from the CEO, would like to give them their flowers. So Wangeshi, that is from us and from the team, saying thank you, we appreciate you and what you do to keep this train on the straight and narrow every single day. Thank you very much. I think we also want to commemorate, to celebrate the fixers themselves. Let me have the other bunch of flowers. Thank you. So this, I would love for you to hand over to Eric.
All right.
The man behind the mic. Yeah.
No money.
And Jen will give that to Janet. Thank you, Janet, and congratulations. And you'll give that to Mariam as well. Thank you very much. And the other bunch, I would like the whole team that is behind there to come in front. The social media team, Brian Amulioto, the producers, the cameramen, come to the front. I know you like to hide behind the scenes, yeah? Where are the directors?
And Philip, our director.
Arnold and your teams, come
Arnold.
down, please. Daniel, you're part of this as well. Yeah? On behalf, Winnie, join us.
Yes.
On behalf of the team.
Winnie, Nation FM.
Dan, here. We celebrate you.
Philip.
And we thank God for you.
This is Philip, the director.
Philip.
That one. That one.
Finally, we get to see you. Congratulations and well done. All right? So you can still stay here. Mr. CEO, thank you.
Thank you.
For joining us. And over to you. Karibu sana.
Great. So, Janet, Eric, and Miriam, what can I say? It's been an awesome 1 year. I have really enjoyed watching you in the morning. I know the kind of effort you put when we're all still sleeping to make this show happen. And I can tell you, it's just 3 words. It has impact, impact, and impact. Wherever I've gone, a lot of people want to be on the show, and it just speaks volumes of the kind of topical discussions you have. I've just been telling the team that the discourse here is very highly intellectual. Some of the discussions you speak about, sometimes even me, I learn a lot, even on the issues of finance. And I like the fact that it's a variety show, not one consistent topic, the fact that it has different topical issues. So I want to just say congratulations, keep it up. The team is behind you, the company is behind you, the board is behind you. You're our flagship product. You make things happen at the nation. You are fixing the nation. And the feedback is that it's adding value. A lot of people in government, in business, all want to be part of this show because it's communicating, the messaging getting out there is very impactful and making a difference. So mine is to say thanks. I look forward to coming to this show one day. Once I figure out how journalism works, industry works, because you know where I came from. But it's very exciting. We're going to do more around here. We're going to refresh this place. We're going to make this place more exciting to come to. And Wangeshi, well done. Yeah, when you told me that you come at 3 in the morning, I was like, whoa. But congratulations once again. Please continue being part of the Nation Group, and let's just make things happen in this country. Congratulations. God bless you all, and keep it up. Asante sana.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. So the CEO is actually an actual fan of fixing the nation, and he made a commitment that after 1 year and after everything settles down, he's going to be our guest on fixing the nation. So we're going to leave here with that date as the tease, right? Absolutely. But I also want to, as we get the cake ready, I also want to thank and celebrate our commercial partners. Mr. James Sogoti and the team, Mercy and the rest saw the opportunity in Fixing the Nation. Fixing the Nation, I think, is the only show so far among the new ones that has had a partner right from the first month in terms of advertising. So for the partners that have had faith on this product, we thank you, we see you, and we welcome you. Let's do more together. All right. So I'd like to hand over to the rest of the team on this part. I would like to hand over to Mariam, Janet, and Wangeshi to lead us now on the cake cutting part, the fun part, the celebration part. Sorry.
Yeah, let me put these on this side. Eric.
Hiya.
Swanze, are we doing how old are you now, or which one are we doing? Hiya.
See you.
Kata keki sio ugali. Kata keki sio ugali. Hey. I never aspired it. Whoa. We never aspired it.
Wow, congratulations.
I think as we are cutting the cake, it would be important for people to also see what happens behind the scene. So, Philip, if you could run that particular clip for them to see themselves.
Good morning from Kisumu Dala.
Good morning, Maria.
Good morning, Warwaki Dala. To our fixers, leo tuko Kisumu City.
Wangeshi, start again.
The notion that Gen Z don't have work ethic absolutely missed me with that.
Uvivunia adui mkubwa
Kwa ujenzi wa taifa, kwani ndicho kiini hasa kisababisha chonja.
When I'm somebody like me, for example, I'm one of the victims of the people who have suffered because I was in the Committee of Agriculture. I was in the Committee of Regional Development. I was in the Committee of Regional Integration and all that. But when I went against, right, I was removed and put in the Committee of chakula ya bunge ya supu ya huko.
Catering.
Move your body like this.
Uncle Kanai.
Every single thing is linked to your email. Your bank account, email. Your social media account, email.
KRA,
email.
Circling back.
That was his tea, cappuccino. And cappuccino. And you know, I promised the people that I'm going to come and sort out Nairobi. Sign here. This is how we're going to sort out Nairobi.
To transfer functions.
Yes.
Yeah. For the 6th time. I want to tell you how we're going to do it.
Nobody told me very many things, but one thing that I've learned is you're no longer private. You know, for people who are introverted and private, such as me, and then you'll be recognized wherever you go. Not just like a politician, but just like somebody who's in the public domain. Yeah. And that you're expected to know everybody.
What you looking for? We got what you looking for. What you looking for? We got what you looking for. What you looking for? What you looking for?
Then, Bomas. Let's go to Bomas immediately. How do you tally for 7 days? You're manipulating.
If there's anybody who knows a word that is bigger than incompetence, please give it to me. I'd like to use it on Julius Ogamba, Julius Bitok.
Good morning.
Morning. Hello. Welcome to Homa Bay.
Uko?
It's so dark. I have absolutely no idea where I am. Do you think do you think
Whether we keep me or we deck me, we must be seen. We must be seen. Hey, go home a bit,
Mike Sharon, CEO, please don't do this to me. We are on air. We are on air. Thank you very much for fixing the nation with us for the past 1 year. Many more conversations to come. See you tomorrow from 6 a.m. Have a lovely day. And as we go, by the way, one member who is not here, Richard Tobiko, who was the acting CEO when he started. He is, what's his title? I know he deals with money.
Chief Finance Officer.
Yeah. Chief Financial Officer. He is such a big fixer. In fact, I remember some words that she said, that people don't talk about, I watch X on, people say, I watch this other TV in the morning. People don't say, I watch NTV in the morning. People say, I watch Fixing the Nation.
Yes.
And people understand what that is. Yeah. And the fact that it has become such a brand that is recognizable, that a politician would say, nataka kwenda kwa Fixing the Nation, is a big thing. Yes. Asanteni sana and have a lovely day.